I'm Petris Sprogis from Latvia, representing Latvian LEGO Users Group. And so I traveled to Brick 2016 with my collection of speed champions and city scale vehicles. Basically, this display is about showcasing the variety of design possibilities of city speed champions vehicles, and so I just put up a road layout and added some houses and some palm trees for the flair, so that the cars are not just like driving in the desert, but it's alive. I have built in a larger scale, but throughout the last year I'm mainly focusing on this small scale. Somehow it gives me the fun. And it's actually a fun of challenge, because it's easy like to build a few cars in a small scale, but once you go like past a certain count, you have to really come up with some new techniques and really get into exploration to keep some fresh vibes.
Yeah, well, I think this is really neat. I like the way you've got the roads set up and everything. You want to point out the buildings here and kind of some of your favorite techniques and how those came together?
Well, speaking about the buildings, in the middle, those four, they are like futuristic cyber city style ones, and it's like made from recycled material, because I didn't really make any special bricklink purchases. I just built with whatever I have. For example, I got the pet shop set with this medium, some sort of blue thing. I didn't really build the set. I went straight ahead to build some futuristic style of building. And I also had the Star Wars sets, but I didn't really build them, so I took the canopies and put them as windows, and also had some other pieces in bulk, like the sand green cones, and they really make a beautiful structure. And put some grappling on top of all of it, and put some single-eyed robotic citizens on the street, and a fantasy flair city starts going on.
There you go, yeah, and I love the cones that you mentioned are really neat on that building. That's a cool technique, and really kind of gives it a 3D sort of effect on the front.
Yes, indeed. I got hand to them through this event support. My Luke was throwing event, and we got these polybags, random polybags. Probably some builders would, get lost where to use so many cones in such specific color, but they look good in this style of building.
They do. And now if you want to point out some of your favorite cars here and maybe some of the techniques you used on those.
I mean, hard to say. Let's just take one. Probably this is among one of my favorite ones. Well, the flowers are not in the initial build, but the rest of the car design is. I like, for example, how these lines come together, and then the front bumper, you have these from... How are these called? From Bionicle first appeared.
It looks like Bionicle pieces, yeah.
And then you have the lights from Chima, and also here is like a 5-wide offset on the 6-wide vehicle, and overall it looks just cool. As well as, for example, I love this vehicle. It sort of reminds me of the futuristic designs Lexus is doing on their concept cars, so it's a bit reminiscent of that.
I like what you've done with kind of the glass and the windshield there as well, kind of not putting that just straight up and down, kind of putting that on its side like that.
Yes, indeed. Totally agree with you. And then also a favorite of mine is, well, this Ferrari Enzo model. I don't really build many vehicles based on real cars, but this time I got a shout out at YouTube, so that somebody wanted to see Enzo. So that gave me inspiration, so I took the blueprint and fit the size of these wheels, and actually it came out 8 wide. That's how it's to the right proportion. So in the Speed Champions they somehow compromise, but it's fine, it's fine. And actually building tutorial for this video is also up at my YouTube channel. It's #KeepOnBricking, and you can find how to build this Enzo for yourself. It's actually only 300 pieces. It's a lot of basic pieces, plates in black and red, so it's easy to build.
Yeah, very cool. Well, this is so great. So do you have plans to expand this, add maybe more road and get more cars in here?
that depends on how many luggages I can bring with me, because I came with a plane, and this is all 20 kilos and what physically fits inside a single luggage. So like more buildings got left at home and more cars got left at home. So I have plans on keeping expanding. Actually, how I build, it's like I build just one vehicle per one night, for example.
Right.
I'm in the vibe of building, so I just get the pieces and build. And so one by one vehicle, after a while, the thing expands by itself and it grows naturally, and that's what I like.
Very nice. Well, thanks for talking to me about it. I think it turned out great. Thank you.